Anuji, you can start.
Thank you, Pradeep ji. So, greetings everybody. I welcome you back to Atmanirbhar Bharat Learning Platform. On board, people who watch us later, a very warm welcome. Today, again, in progression, we're going to talk about this online incubation program that is being running for a while, and we're going to cover GEM and the importance of e-tendering today. And Pradeep Singh ji is going to take you forward with this same. Pradeep ji, would you like to carry on now?
Yeah. So, thanks for joining today. Give me a couple more minutes so that I can send the link to all those who are joining by the time, because one of the person is still struggling for this. So
in the meanwhile, since Pradeep ji is trying to make others come in and join because other things they need to be taken care, we're going to just understand what does this incubation program really mean. How does it really help? So the incubation program works as a catalyst, frankly speaking. Especially in understanding the network opportunities that you get through, how you can hone your business skills really, and all about mentoring, management, and things like that. The socioeconomic development through this online model is what we were trying to impart and give forward, making everybody a little more Atmanirbhar. So Pradeep ji, I hope we are in progression now.
So I can start. I request Priyanka is there on the board. She will actually assist all to join in, because I send across the same, and she is also the co-host of our this incubation program. So basically today I am talking about firstly the government financial regulation, that is GFR 2017, where I will be taking not the complete GFR, because it's a huge document, somewhere around 300, 350 plus pages are there. But specifically, what are all those things which we keep on actually using on day-to-day basis in our business, in our uh, all these organizations, that way I will cover. Then I will move on to the tendering process, why it's up to the tendering process is, and how it is helpful to you all, and what you will gain out of this particular tendering process. So if you go through this tendering process, what all those uh, pillars for those tendering, how to go for it. Then I will move on to the GEM. But specifically for GEM, there will be two sessions in the GEM. Firstly, I will cover as per the GFR, the GEM. And secondly, I will cover as per the buyer per se. Because more or less, if I'm talking about the incubation, all our organizations, all our individuals, they will be joining or they will be using this GEM both as a seller and a buyer. But specifically, precisely, if you are on the board of GEM, as a buyer, there is no such cost, there is no such fees. But if at all you are as working as a seller on the GEM, of course, earlier the fees was 7,000 rupees or so. Now it is somewhere 10,000 plus taxes. But I do would like to say that using a GEM, specifically that is a government e-market, it's a one big way where we all can actually support our enterprises, we all can support SHGs, we all can support various other NGOs actually. But usually these people are not at all using this GEM platform. They all are looking for various opportunities across length and breadth for the marketing purposes or market linkages. But still, many of them are not actually enrolled towards the GEM. And that is why during our discussion, during our inauguration also, IS Rasmi Madam was talking about the GEM. Today I'm talking about the GEM as per the introduction of the GEM. One of the very good speaker, he will join us very soon in the coming weeks. He will give elaboration and he will give a detailed description about the GEM, how we can use GEM as a reseller. Because today I am talking about how to go and register for the GEM, what all those things we can do through the GEM, and how we can use this particular GEM platform as a buyer. So again, person from GEM department, he will join us. He will take us, he will guide us how to use this particular GEM as a reseller, because our enterprises or all those people, those who are learning this incubation program, they will be working towards their own enterprises. So that will be more beneficial for them. But today I'm talking about firstly the GFR, then the GEM as per the GFR, and then the e-tendering, and then again GEM for registration. So this will be the insights, the brief guideline of today's event. Let me Are you able to see my screen? Yeah, are you able to see my screen here? Can
Yes,
someone tell
Singh.
me? Okay. So basically, today I'm talking about the GFR, and very precisely I'm talking about some of the useful rules which in daily basis all the enterprises, all the organizations are using in one way or other, because either we are into the selling business or we are into the purchase of the articles, and that is where these government financial regulations are helpful. So let me give you the idea how this whenever we talk about the GFR talks about in terms of money. Suppose I'm going to purchase any of the article, any of the material, any of the commodity. So how to utilize that particular money which is being with me, what are all those regulations which are in place, what is to be done for a specific amount of money, for 10,000 rupees, what I can do, for 25,000 of rupees, what I can do, if more than that, if I'm going to purchase for that, what all those regulations. So basically, this GFR tells about this only. So as per the GFR, if I quote the definition of the goods, the term goods used in the chapter includes all articles, materials, commodity, livestock, furniture, fixtures, raw materials, spares, instrument, machinery, and all, including, of course, the software technology transfer license, patents, or other intellectual properties too. So, in a whole nutshell, whenever we talk in regard to GFR, that is government financial regulations, good includes all these activities, all these articles, all this material. But here, some exceptions are there, some exclude, like e-books, like publications, like periodicals, which are being used in government places and universities and colleges. They are not coming under this actually. So this is an exclusion. Out of this, rest all are actually included. And even the term goods also include the works and services which are accidental or consequential to the supply of such goods, such as transportation, insurance, storage. Why I'm talking about this particular, because whenever we purchase any of the equipment, usually we don't see that the cost is only for the equipment. We don't see beyond that that there will be a transportation for that, there will be an insurance for that, there will be installation and commissioning of that particular equipment. Even for the training of the individuals, those who are there. Suppose an equipment comes in, suppose एक छोटा सा भी equipment आता है, even in the case of gym also. If we purchase some of the articles for the gym, we require a person to come in, install it, we require a person to train us, we require a person to maintain that particular equipment. So likewise, in any of the infrastructure or any of the government body or any of the organizations, this GFR is very much applicable. Startups, incubation, or the people, those who are actually learning for going towards building up their enterprises or going towards working in their enterprises, more or less they will be actually using this particular terminology. They will be actually going for various programs towards the government, towards the corporates, towards the other organizations, and they will be using this terminology more or less. So you people or you guys should know about this, what all these terminologies, what exactly the GFR tells about this. So coming to the GFR, once we talk about the GFR, we cannot exclude this government e-market. This government e-market is nothing but a market connect given by Government of India. That is an online portal where we are registering ourselves as a buyer and seller both. We can purchase any of the commodity there. We can purchase any of the commodity there, which has been actually reflected by all the resellers or the selling agents. They're also been actually registered and we are also been registered. But there are certain regulations, which are guiding us how to go for that. So the specific regulations for GEM, when we talk about as per the GFR, whenever an entity is there, that if that entity is going for a purchase of any of the article which is of up to the value of 50,000 rupees, need not to go for any tendering up to 50,000 through any of the available supplier on the GEM. Only thing you need to see whether your requisite quality is there, specifications is there, delivery period. If you are going with, suppose you are going to purchase one laptop for your organizations, and that is costing somewhere 50,000 or less than that. And any buyer or any seller is there on the board of GEM. And if you got to know, okay, these all the specifications, this is the quality, and this all the delivery period is there, which is very much matching towards your requirements, which is very much matching towards your requirement, you can go ahead and purchase for that. But more than this, suppose if the article which you are going to purchase is above than 50,000 and up to the 30 lakhs of rupees, then you have to go for a bidding. Uh, Even in the GEM portal also, you have to go for a bidding, because in GEM also we have a options where we can actually go through the bidding process, having a lowest price among the available sellers, go for those things, at least mark or uh, uh, at least go for three manufacturers, three of the resellers, those who are there, go for the online bidding on that, test on this online bidding, try for a reverse auction there available on the GEM. In the reverse auction process is a very simple process where the seller is coming down to your platform, like I and you are actually connected here. He will be there on the board. He will be talking about his equipment. He will be representing and giving you all details about the your presentation. Then the second person will come. He will give the details about those things, and then the third person will come and he will give the details about those things, including the financial regulations and financial norms. What are all those costing about those particular equipments, installation, and each and everything they will be describing it on, and then you can go for the reverse auction process. So it is why it is called as a reverse auction process is because the seller is coming on the board. He or she or that particular organization is exhibiting their details, their product details on board online, and then actually we bid using the tools of the bidding, like online bidding tool. They are actually giving the code. We are also giving our code. If that synchronization is there, we go for the purchase of that particular bidding. That is why this online bidding and or the reverse bidding is there available on the GEM. Above 30 lakhs, if we are going towards more than 30 lakhs of any of the equipment, there is a specific mandate as per the GFR, as per the bidding of the process. We go for that, uh, apply for those things, look on for the requisite qualities, specifications, delivery period, like the previous one which we were actually looking out, and then we move ahead for that. So three of the options are there in GEM. Up to 50,000, need not to go for directly, but you can do a purchase. 50,000 to 30 lakhs, you have to go for as per the lowest price among the sellers, and above 30 lakhs through the supplier having a lowest price with the bidding process. That is online bidding or reverse, both the things. The invitation here, the how exactly this works is actually once we get registered towards the GEM portal, we fill up our requirements on the GEM portal. The seller is also filling up their product details on the GEM portal. We match up those requirements to the product details. And once this gets matched up, we actually go for the purchase. Even the purchase order can be actually also generated. And we can track on the availability of our products when that has been dispatched from that particular unit or the manufacturer, when it is going to be come down, and what all those other specifications in regard to installation, in regard to further the after services of those particular equipments. All those regulations are being there. A business analysis tool is being used through GEM, which is very much useful for not only quoting our rates. Even this particular business analytic tool is giving us the exact rate. Suppose I'm saying that I was talking about the laptop and then the specific specifications which I need to go for. I can very well check in on the GEM portal what was the last purchase price of that particular equipment. Using that particular last purchase price actually, I can quote very well to all the vendors. Okay, last month this was the price of this particular equipment. So why the enhancement is there, or I will go for this particular rate only. So this is a very much beneficial tool where we can actually plan our not only plan our that particular purchase, we can plan our budget as per those things. We can plan our procurement plan, we can plan our budget estimates according to that, because we can very well see what was the last purchase price of that particular equipment or that particular services, both the things. So this is very much helpful in that. Now coming to yesterday we were discussing about what all those support which government is giving actually. Under the rule 153, if you see here, of course, government is supporting KVIC and KVIB boards because Khadi Vidyalaya Industries Commission, and this is very much inclined and very much aligned towards the government machinery and government ecosystem. But if I talk about the MSME, which we were discussing yesterday also, Madam was telling that what all the advantages if you are going with the Udyog Aadhaar card, what all those advantages you will be getting. The advantages which you will be getting is that there is a notified procurement policy under section 11 of the MSME that at least 20%, or it is now I think enhanced 25%. 25% purchase will be through the MSMEs. So the organizations which are registered under Udyog Aadhaar, they will be getting benefit out of this. And under this rule 153, under the policy of procurement policy of section 11, all the MSMEs are getting the profit actually, or the SMEs also. It's not only the micro, small, and medium enterprises. Small and medium enterprises also are getting the benefit out of this. So this is very much beneficial for all of us to know that okay, GEM is very much helpful to us, and how the GEM is supporting, or why the Udyog Aadhaar which we were discussing is helpful here in GEM portal. Now coming to the daily basis, we go on purchase. Suppose we have a purchase value of up to 25,000 rupees in any of the occasion. If we have to arrange so many things in our organizations, and if we need to go for a purchase up to the value of 25,000 rupees, we need not to go for a quotation. So here we are not going, we are going and purchase it on the spot through the that particular shop or that particular enterprises, and need not to go for any of the quotation. So rule 154 of GFR says purchase of goods up to value of rupees 25,000 only on each occasion may be made without inviting quotations or bid on the basis of a certificate to be recorded on the competent authority in the following format. So there will be a format. In that particular format, it is been given certified that we members of the, okay, this is not the same format. The format is otherwise. The format has been given that we have purchased under the rule of 154 this particular article, and this particular commodity cost below 25,000 rupees only. That's what the certificate is being given by the competent authority. The head of the organization is signing that particular certification and giving it to the staff members to be kept in record for those purchases. Next, coming to rule number 155, when we talk about the purchase above the articles which is more than 25,000, less than 2,50,000. Here also, we are not going for a bidding, of course, but there is one committee which we are forming. That is a local purchase committee, and organization is going for a local purchase committee. And approval is to be sought for this, that we are going to constitute a LPC, that is local purchase committee for our organization. This LPC will be heading for the purchase of that particular financial year, I must say. And the committee will survey the market to ascertain the reasonable of the rate, quality, specification, which we actually each and every organization is doing whenever they go for a purchase. And then based on the purchase, based on the requirement, based on the recommendation of this purchase committee, we go for a purchase. And the specifications and the recommendation letter is being written on that particular purchase, that certified that we members of the purchase committee are jointly and individually satisfied that the goods recommended for the purchase are of requisite specification, quality, price, and etc. etc. So this is to be placed whenever we go for a purchase more than 25,000 and less than 2,50,000 rupees. So as per the rule 155, whenever we do such type of purchasing, whenever we go for such type of procurement, we keep on writing about the rule number. That is rule number 154 of GFR, rule number 155 of GFR for purchase of good for amount less than 25,000, for amount more than 25,000, less than 2,50,000. This needs to be actually in place for all the purchase whenever we go for. Next, coming to whenever we talk about, we might be knowing this that, okay, suppose we know how to go for a 25,000 rupees purchase. Now we know how to go for a 2,50,000 rupees purchase. But if my equipment or my commodity is of the value more than this, then what is the process or what can be the options as per the GFR is in place? What are the options is in place as per the GFR? So there are various types of options, or we can go for tendering of those equipments. Okay, so tenders are actually as per the rule 147. There are 5 types of tenders actually. Tendering is there. Advertised tender inquiry, which has been actually given through all the advertisement in the newspapers. Limited tender inquiry, single shot act, you can go for it. Two-stage bidding process, where we are talking about please give the technical details separately and please give the financial details separately. So that will be a two-stage bidding process. Single tender inquiry, both the details about the product details, about the cost details will be the single one, and electronic reverse auction, which we were discussing through the GEM. So these are 5 of the options where we can go for a bidding or where we can go for a tendering process. So let me give you a two-bid system here, which sometimes people get confused that two-bid system is a two-stage bidding system. It is not like such. I will come for that particular option also. Presently, I'm talking about two-bid system where we are talking about the technical details of the equipment, technical details of the services, and then the financial bids or the financial details of the things. So there will be 2 envelopes. In one of the envelope, technical bid consisting of all technical details along with the commercial terms and conditions will be written. And in the second, financial bid indicating item-wise price for the items mentioned in the technical bid. So this the 2 envelopes will be there in one of them, but opening of this particular envelope, that is technical bid, will be first, and then the financial bid second. And yes, in certain cases, if someone is going for QCBS or if we are sorting out for any of the consultancy services, then the organizations which are coming under the technical bid, and if you are evaluating that, okay, these 5 organizations are actually coming up as per our criteria, and we got somewhere around 10 of the applications for technical bids, then only there for opening of the financial bid, we will go for only 5 of the technical bids, financial bids. Those were selected on the technical bid. Those who got selected during the first stage, that is technical bid evaluation. The rest 5 of those envelopes will not be opened by anyone, of course. So this is the process where I am talking about the 2-bid system. Firstly, we are evaluating the technical bids, and then we are evaluating the financial bids of that particular vendors, of course. But specifically, we will not be opening the other financial bids, those who are not fit into the criteria of the technical bids. Then comes the 2-stage bidding. This is a separate type of bidding where option bids in 2 stages with receipt of financial bids after receipt and evaluation of technical bids. See, here what is happening is, in the previous one, I am talking about vendor is giving one envelope. In that particular envelope, there will be 2 bids. One bid will be the technical bid, and the second bid will be the financial bid. But I will be opening the financial bid only after evaluating the technical bid. But here in the two-stage process of the bidding, I will be getting only the technical bid first. I will be evaluating the technical bid first. After evaluating the technical bid, if that particular organization or if that particular commodity meets my requirements, then I go for the second stage, that is financial bid. So this is only the difference between uh, uh, two-bid system and two-stage bidding. Rest other things are given here as per the government regulations, but the major difference between the two-bid system and the two-stage bidding is this. Single tender inquiry is more or less whenever we come to know that okay, there is one organization which is original equipment manufacturer. Suppose if I talk about the aeroplanes, if I talk about drones, if I talk about something which is uh, very much relevant to medical equipments, like those equipments, there will be only few of the manufacturers or only one of the manufacturer, which uh, I or the organization knows, um, because we keep on interacting on those things that okay, there is only one of the manufacturer of this. Even in railways, there are certain kind of equipments like railway tracks, and so only few of the organizations are going or making these railway tracks. So we know the single source person, we know the single source entity, we know the single source organizations, and there we go for a single tender inquiry just by kind of mail with an inquiry that we are looking for this particular good. Can you please, um, on the emergency basis, or as per the requirements, or as per the quantity per se, can you make us to actually purchase this particular equipment? By what time you will be actually, and this all these things will get recorded into that. And using that particular correspondence as a record, we go for tender, single tender inquiry. Based on this single tender inquiry with the original equipment manufacturer, we go for the purchase. But this is specifically for various, this is specific for some of the equipments. Why? Because it is in the knowledge of user department that only a particular firm is the manufacturer, that is original equipment manufacturer of that goods. In case of emergency, the required goods are necessary to be purchased. Like in case of COVID, we were struck up for oxygen cylinders. So what government did is, government went for a single tender inquiry. They asked all the organizations through the mail who all are actually eligible or who all are manufacturer of this particular good, that particular oxygen cylinder. You all are invited. Please come join us, and uh, as much as we can actually go for the oxygen cylinder. That is how the emergencies in kind of for standardization of machinery or spare parts, like for aeroplanes, like for railway tracks, like for drones, like for higher end of technological interventions is required, we go for a single tender inquiries system. Even for purchase, even for civil works of various like highways, we know who is actually the manufacturer of those highways. Like metros, we know who all are actually the big players who all are making this particular metros to us. So we go for a single tender inquiry system bid. We ask those single organizations to give their code. Based on their code, based on our requirement, if that get matched up, we go for the purchase of that particular. That is how the government system or machinery is working. So trying, but this all is how we are doing it. We are doing it in form of tendering. So tendering is basically is to be done or is done to sort procurement following of the requirement. That is for civil work. If I am going to make a building, if I am going to make a road, if I am going to make a sewer line. So that is how the civil works. If I am going to purchase of the goods, any of the goods, and then if suppose I need to avail any of the consultancy services for any specific work, that is suppose if I need to take a consultancy service of all the CA and CS for contract basis, what you call accounting. If my organization is there, and my organization requires an accounting services for my firm, then I need to go for a consultancy service. Likewise, government goes for this. And how we can do it? We can do it if the amount, as per that amount, the threshold limits of all those things are as per those. It's fits in that particular segment. Then we go for a tendering. So tendering can be a direct contracting, tendering can be a competitive. But here we are talking more about competitive bidding, because direct contracting, we all know that we know the specific organization where we are actually writing up through the either the single tender system or go for a direct contracting, because we know these are only the original manufacturers. So whenever we go for a tendering, the rule 168 says that your tender, that bidding document should be having at least 7 chapters. And what all those 7 chapters telling about? The first chapter tells about the instruction of the bidder. Second chapter tells about the condition of the contract. Third chapter shows is written what all the schedules will be there, when will be the bidding, when will be the opening of the bidding, when will be the evaluation, when will be the closing of that bidding, and when the procurement can be done. What all those requirements will be there, by which time, what can be the timeline for ending of that particular activity or that particular procurement. Those all things, these all things will be there in the schedule of the requirement. Then the specification and allied technical details will be there in the chapter 4. Price schedule will be there in the chapter 5. Chapter 6 will be a contract form, which between the two organizations, purchaser and the giver seller. And then lastly, any of the standard formats, if they are using, any of the organizations, if they are using. But whenever we go for a tendering, certain fees is always there, which we need to think for. Because during the tendering process, tender is costing something. There might be a fees of 100 rupees, there might be the fees of 1000 rupees, or accordingly, as per the bid document, it's been written in the bid document that this particular tender form, it can be of 1-pager form, it can be 10-pager form, but this particular tender form is costing this much rupees, 500 rupees, 1000 rupees, that will be costing. Then comes, as per the tender value, there will be a performance security. Performance security means that if I'm giving a work to you, and if you are obliging that okay, this work can be done by our organization, and for any of the unforeseen circumstances, you are not there to work for that. So my actually work is also got stuck up, and my money is also been stuck up. So for that reason, actually the performance security is there, that is for 5% of tender value. Then the earnest money is there, that is for bid security. This can be 2% to 5% of tender value. And in case of works, that is civil works, this will be 1% of the tender value. Here, tender value means the total cost of that particular activity or that particular procurement. As for that, suppose 10 lakhs of, in an example, I'm saying, if the bid is of 10 lakh rupees, so 5% of that will be the performance security. And likewise, earnest money can be from 2% to 5%. It differs. But for civil works, it will be 1%. There is one other charges which is been which is required whenever we go for a tender, that is retention money, 5% in case of civil works. Whenever we go for construction, any of the construction, this retention money will stay there. 5% of the case, that particular total value will resume with the organization. They keep that particular 5% with them. After the completion of the work, they give it to 50% of this 5%, that is to them after the completion of the complete work. And the rest 50% is refunded to selected vendor after defect liability period. See, if you go for a construction, if an organization is going for construction, okay, they always go for a defect liability period. Defect liability period, suppose I'm staying in a building and I have given it on a contract basis. And within in that particular contract, I'm saying that this building will did not require any of the maintenance for 3 more years after the completion of the work. So After the completion of these 3 years, then I will give the 50% of that particular retention money. Otherwise, whatever been consumed, it will be reflected. Otherwise, if it's not been consumed, I will pay back that particular 50% of that 5% after this defect liability period. So that is how retention money will be taken on, but retention money actually been refunded back, but after certain period of time. Likewise, the liquidity damage normally is 0.5% per week of the delivery price of the delayed goods. This happens only because, or this is why, because suppose I am giving 30% to 50% of my money of that particular procurement to you, and still my equipment is not in my place, then there will be a liquidity damage to that particular vendor, and that organization will bear this cost of 0.5% per week. So, but this validity of bid, whenever the bid is there, it depends upon the validity of bid. Validity remains for 90 days and 1 to 3 days. More specifically, for all the procurement, it is for 90 days, and for all the civil works, it is for 150 days. So, but this will be reflected, this will be written on the bidding document here. So, reading a bidding document is a very necessary thing for all the students and all the learners. Then bid security validity will be there for 45 days. The bid security money, see, 45 days beyond the final bid security validity will be there. This is to be refunded on successful bid. All the unsuccessful bidders, suppose I get 10 numbers of bid and I am going for with only one bidder. So for rest of all 9 bidders, whatever the money comes in as an bid security amount, this I need to actually pay it back. After suppose I am awarding a contract to that one organization, within the time frame of 30 days by that award of contract or award of generation of PO, I need to send back that particular that particular bid security money to all those unsuccessful bidders. And once I get this performance security by the selected bidder, that is selected vendor here, this 5%, then whatever the money is being taken by that particular vendor also as a bid security, that needs to be refunded. So bid security will not stay with you, it will go off, but for a consideration of 90 days or 150 days, this will stay with you. Rest after the completion of the work or after giving the contract, this will go for unsuccessful bidders and for successful bidders, because you are charging a performance security. So having a bid security with you is not the correct. So we repay that particular amount to that. Now, what is the timeline for that e-tendering whenever we go for a tendering? And why we go for a e-tendering? Because that particular procurement or that particular requirement is above and over 25 lakh of rupees. That is why we go for a e-tendering process. Otherwise, as per GFR, we can go without the e-tendering process too. But if the value of that particular procurement, if the value of that particular task is more than 25 lakh rupees, we have to go and we have to follow the GFR and we have to go for a e-tendering process. So how this, there are the stages and there is the timeline for that. Let me give you the first the stages and then the timeline. If some doubts still remains for the timeline, do ask me when I will end up this this particular presentation. So specifically, we go for a advertisement or a tender. This stays for 15 days, and in that particular advertisement, it is written that what will be the last date of sale of that particular tender document, and what will be the last date of that receipt of a tender. More or less, this remains the same for all the tenders. That is, last date of sale and receipt of tender is the same. That is, they are giving the time frame of 15 days. That today, if I am giving an advertisement sitting on 13th of March, so by 27th of March, the advertisement will be there and the sale of that tender document will be there. People can come down to the office, they can even go through the online mode also and purchase those tenders through e-tendering process. Then in the tender itself, we are giving when we can actually arrange this pre-bid meeting. We are discussing about the tenders, where we are discussing about the tenders, where we are discussing about the tenders, where we are discussing about the all the queries, all the discussions about the tender, about the procurement, about the activity which we are going to do. Then bid opening will be there. After the last date of receipt, suppose on 27th will be the last date of receipt. Then within the last date of receipt to the 15th day of that particular date, I'm going to go for opening that particular bid. And as soon as bid gets opened, we go for an evaluation. And after the evaluation of this particular bid, we are recommending that particular contract to the selected vendor actually within 3 days. Then letter of acceptance is being given through that vendor to the organization, and contract is being signed. Payment is being done, whatever is to be done, and then the item if comes in, then inventory management goes out. So this is the schedule of the tendering, but it's not that it's so simple. I had been into this tendering process for World Bank, and it's not that it's very easy to actually mention here that within 15 days of time frame I'm going for an advertisement, then again 15 days I'm going for opening that particular tender, and then again 15 days I'm going to evaluate and then recommend. This is a very time bound actually activity where if suppose you are going for an advertisement, that is e-tendering if you are going to do, and if you have mentioned the date that okay by end of 13th of March this is to be done, so by end of 13th of March all the process of e-tendering will be done by 12 night. You cannot go beyond that. A very time bound activity this actually is. And once I'm saying that there will be a bid opening on this particular date, so bid opening has to be done on that particular day itself. Because if you are not following these guidelines as per the GFR, there will be a fine and there will be penalty and there will be punishment also. So just to avoid all those unforeseen circumstances or those bad circumstances, bad incidents, we go with the timelines. We follow the timelines very strictly, very rigidly, even for the bid evaluation. Because if I go for a QCBS, if I go for a hiring of the consultancy, there the timeline is something different, deferred actually. But if I go with the procurement of the equipment, or if I go with the works, the bid evaluation process on the first day will be the evaluation of the technical bid. On the very third day will be the financial. On the spot on that particular day, I need to give the recommendation also. Once the recommendation is out, the contact letter is being sent, then actually the staff members are in rest. Otherwise, during this procurement stages, these 45 days, all are actually running for this procurement, and very specifically students or very specifically all the professionals are working for this. So this is the timeline. And if I go for a tendering where I'm talking about that, okay, I need to hire people, I need to hire organizations for my consultancy services, specifically for auditing, specifically for other services which I'm looking forward, or my financial management system. Like so many things, I can actually ask for that consultants to come in, consultancy organizations to come in, research organizations to come in and support me. For that, if the value of those particular consultancy services is more than 10 lakhs of rupees, I go for this tendering. But here, the trending timeline is somewhere varying, or the form of the tendering is something different as compared to the tendering of the purchase of all those equipments. Because here, once we go for firstly we go for an advertisement for terms of reference, where we are actually defining what all the terms of references will be there. Then once we advertise these terms of reference in newspaper, in local newspaper also, in national newspaper also, and even the websites also, uh, NIC websites also. The same thing is to be done during this e-tendering of the procurement of the equipments also, and the same thing is to be done here also. So advertisement of terms of reference will be there. After we advertise this, actually we go for an expression of interest. We invite an expression of interest also for that, and then we evaluate this expression of interest. With terms of reference and expression of interest already been flagged, we go for an expression of interest evaluation, and then we issue a RFP to the selected organizations. They read up this particular RFP as per the scope, as per the definition, as per the workflow, as per the timeline. They actually submit their technical submissions. After the issue of RFP, last date will be within the time. There will be a 15 days gap between the issue of RFP and last day of RFP. Once this has been done, on the very next day, we are going for a technical evaluation. After this, it means 15 days, 15 days here, it means this can be on the same day or the very next day. Then we go for a financial evaluation of all those who actually meet up as per the technical evaluation. And then we go for a bid opening. Bid opening, pre-bid meeting can be done for both the days, that is technical evaluation, valuation evaluations, or pre to this evaluation also we can do. So pre-bid meeting will be there, technical evaluation will be there, then financial evaluation, and then the bid opening will be there, and then recommendation of award and letter of acceptance. Here also we will be tracking all this evaluation, and we will be tracking about the contract too. So this is up to here. Students, I'm just stopping. Up to here, if you have any of the doubt, please let me know. Anyone, if you are having any of the doubt, please, or you can chat, you can write it on the chat box. That or I can proceed. If you say, then I will proceed next. Okay, I think, is it visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks, Emma. Now coming to GEM portal. If you see GEM portal is very much transparent, very much efficient, and it's very safe and secure, having a potential of registering the sellers also and the buyers also. And it is time saving, it is money saving, and this is all the actually main features. Why? Because of this, so many organizations are actually registered on the GEM portal. GEM is nothing but a government e-market. That is, online you can purchase the things. It is providing, GEM intends to provide a variety of services related to state online public procurement. Okay, so platform provides its users with a virtual market where they can purchase wide range of common items, provide users with a platform from which they can view. You can view it, you can predict, you can compare, and then you can purchase the equipment or the commodity. A supplier rating system is also very dynamic. Provide easy to use dashboard where you can shop, pay, and track all activities. The most generous return policy is also there. Purchase of services, like you do actually the purchase when you walk into any of the shop. Likewise, you do actually the shopping here. Purchase of services, purchase of goods is available online. List of goods and services categorization is also available. Everyday use of goods is also available there. So it's a very great platform. And what purchases, if you are registered as a buyer on that particular GEM portal, what all you can get in actually. It's a very transparent in the system, easy to use purchase, but you can purchase a single purchase can go up to 25,000 of rupees. As a buyer, who all are registered there, who all, and as a buyer, you need not to pay anything, but you can make a purchase payment of up to only 25,000 rupees. This provides a comprehensive list of products for each individual category of goods and services. Sellers are directly notified, provide a unified payment options. Price comparison will be there, price trends will be there, a simple dashboard for tracking supplies and transaction, a highest possible option for searching, selecting. Up to 3 lakhs can be a bid on among a large number of sellers. So up to 3 lakhs, you can actually go for a bid. To use a service, multiple consignee can be chosen at any of the place. The PIN code is used for direct purchase. Allow buyer to send their bid duration, which can range from 10 days, 10 to 12 days. You can actually alter this, that I required within the 10 days on time frame, or I required this within that 12 days of time frame. There are currently 11 banks that are enabled GEM pool accounts. A library is also there for terms and conditions, and L1 purchase of more than one 25,000 to rupees 5 lakh rupees is there. So if you are a buyer, so direct contact is there. For direct contact, you can go up to 25,000. You need not to go for any bidding. And for any of the equipment or any of the article which is costing up to 25,000 rupees, you can use this GEM portal. You can use the GEM portal more than this also, but what you need to do is then you need to go for a bidding. Bidding in the sense, you got to know the equipments, you got to know the various other organizations, their price, and their actually details about the articles, that is technical details. You need to compare the technical details. You need to compare the lowest actually price of that particular commodity, and then you can go for the purchase. So it's a kind of bidding, but on the GEM. That is what. Once you apply for a GEM, first go to the official website. On the home page, click subscribe and then choose buyer from the drop-down menu. Select review terms and conditions from the drop-down menu. Read all of the instructions and agree to the terms. Please enter your Aadhaar. This particular GEM portal is using your Aadhaar card number, and specifically the phone number which is linked to your Aadhaar card. So you need to endorse your Aadhaar number. You need to endorse your mobile number which is linked with that, because the OTP will come. Then you need to verify that particular OTP, and then you can actually, a request form will now be displayed. Here, a request form will be returned. Fill out all the application form with the requested information. Enter the user ID password you will need to create as login information, and the your account has been created. Here, if I see the requested information, in the requested information, but all you need to fill up, it's been listed here. Buyer registration will be there, Aadhaar verification will be there, creating organization's buyer account. You will be registering as an your organization. Names and organization details will be there, address of that organizations, payment methods, your bank details will be there, personal information will be there. You need to verify as an authority that particular on the GEM portal. Then divisional information will be there. This you need to create. You can create roles of your people, your down the line, those people, those who are actually working in your organizations, you can very well create there. Then you can add and invite secondary users. You can secondary user also you can invite. Having a primary user as a buyer, then you can ask others also to come in and support, or to come and register themselves as a buyer under you. So this you can also do. You can also create a secondary user account activation, because others also can get the GEM portal registration, but only by way of you. So this will be there, and the direct purchase can be done. So this is for buyer. And now for the seller, because as an entity, all you can get actually, users have the option of receiving a large number of consignees, multiple places, multiple consignees will be consignees here, of course, buyers. Sellers are notified when a consignment or contract is cancelled or when the delivery period expires. Suppose you are into the contact of someone, okay, then you will get the notification on the GEM portal itself that your consignment is either cancelled or your contract is going to be cancelled. So this is good one, that you can actually renew your contract. The first benefit is that sellers can easily gain access to the national level public procurement, of course, because all the entities, all the MSMEs, all the startups, all the emporium products are registered there, and you have a bigger chances that someone or some other entities are actually coming on as a purchaser in that particular gem portal. So it provides a complete contact-free and paperless platform for sellers. Special policies are provision in place for MSME, startups, and Emporium products. A seller receives multiple invoices for a single purchase order. You can actually receive so many invoices for the same purchase order, because suppose you are writing that your pen is costing 10 rupees, and if this is the least cost mentioned in that particular gem portal, all those who are looking out for that particular pen with the same details, with specific details or technical details, all the purchase or all the request will be coming down to you that I need to go for this particular pen. So this is one best thing. Reverse auctions are simple, where you can exhibit about your services, you can exhibit about your equipment, and then you can go for a reverse auction and the sale. A legitimate online grievances redressal system is there. A very great team of GEM is working, supporting you all. Allow buyers to select their bid duration. This all remains the same. So this is how the GEM is. And some of the terms and conditions as per the procurement, the GEM is saying there is a restriction that I sent. GFR Rule 149 allows direct online purchase up to 50,000 through any of the available suppliers of the GEM. So up to the 50,000 rupees, you can go for a direct purchase. Need not to worry. In case of direct purchase, during carting period of 5 days, rates for quarter 25 for that buyer are also frozen. So for 5 days, this rates can be frozen out. You can plan annual procurement plan, because there you are getting the details about the last purchase or the cost of the last purchase equipments. So you can figure it out that what can be the cost of this particular equipment for, and then you can purchase or you can plan for your procurement. That is budget also as per the given budget. Up to 50,000 through any of the available supplier on the GEM meeting the requisite quality and specification. Above 50,000 up to 30 lakh through the GEM seller having a lowest price among the available several or at least 3 different manufacturers. That is what I was telling, that you need to compare. You will be comparing the requisite specifications, quality, delivery period, and the also the cost, the price of that particular equipment, and then you can go for online bidding here. So above 30 lakhs through the supplier, if you are going above 30 lakhs through the supplier having a least cost, meeting the requisite and delivery period mandatory using online. So up to 30 lakhs, you can go for it. Beyond that, go for, so above mentioned monetary ceiling is applicable only for purchase made through GEM only. So this 30 lakhs of ceiling is only for the GEM purchase. But if you are going for a purchase more than this, please go through the GFR rules, because that will be applicable to you. Yes, this is using a business analytics tools here, so it is very much beneficial. This is the form. Specifically, when I was in Uttar Pradesh government, that is with the World Bank project, we keep on sending this particular request form for generating annually our account on the NIC.in, because then we will be getting login ID and password at e-tender of UP e-tender. So likewise, in each of the state, you need to send this particular form. Signature of tender mandating authority, the organization will signing up, the head of the organization is signing this with your details, and you get a digital signature. You require a digital signature. Prior to this, if you are not having a digital signature, you cannot go for it. So firstly, you have to go and register for a digital signature. Once you are having a digital signature, send a request form for e-tendering system in respective states. Once you get the login ID and password of that particular, then you can go for a e-tendering process. And in e-tendering process, the way actually I have given you about the details of those e-tendering. how to go for it. Once we created an e-tendering process, we what all the things we are actually entering in that particular e-tendering is what can be the tender reference number as per the organization's tender type. This is open, limited, expression of interest, auction, or single. Form of contract as per the service, empanelment, auction, buy or purchase. Number of covers. Here, number of covers means if you are going very specifically, if you are going at technical bid separately and financial bid separately, though this will be a two. Tender categories, goods, works, and services. Resubmission if you required, allow withdrawal if you required, otherwise no. Payment mode if you required. This all need to fill. ICICI Bank. Now number of covers again here. Cover can be number of single also. Cover can be two covers. Cover can be three covers. Three covers means there will be a separate cover, separate envelope and in form of online mode. A fee will be there. Details of the fee, details of the technical details of that particular organization, details of the finances. Four cover also can be there. Free, pre-qualification, technical details, financial form. This needs to be there. Once you need to prepare it, the organization needs to prepare this actually. That is, they have the liberty. They can go for a single cover, they can go for a two cover, or they can go for a three cover. But specifically, more of the organizations are using two cover system. Two cover system where we are talking about technical qualification and the financial qualification. That is technical details and financial details. Then during this NIT document, I have sent to you. I have shared that because in the NIT document, we will be writing this. The complete NIT will, these 7 chapters will be there in the bid document. So this all will be in PDF form. Once we go for a procurement of articles, details of the articles will be there. The details of article will be not in PDF form, they will be in Excel sheet, but all the cells logged, only the cells which are to be filled by the vendor, that is the code of the price, that will only be the open, rest all the cells will be logged. So you need to use macros, I feel, for that. And once we get the details about this particular code also, to unlock and to see this code, their code actually, again we need to use the macros only. So that is in Excel file, but all the cells will be locked. No one can actually alter that, or no one can actually edit that, or no one can even see that until unless you are having a login ID and password of the e-tendering platform. E-tendering platform login ID is separately than any of the login ID and password. With a digital signature, you need to open it. With a digital signature, you need to submit it. With a digital signature, you need to evaluate it. So again and again, whenever we are using, or whenever into the procurement, or into this evaluation or submission, or opening that bid, we are using a digital signature. So all the timeless, during all the times, again and again, we are using a digital signature to open that or evaluate. So work item title will be there, description will be there, pre-qualification details will be there, product category, product subcategory, contract type, value will be there. Based on this value, bid of validity days, 120 days, 90 days, completion period, location, tender class, bid opening place, pre-bid meeting, all things needs to be written there. Actually, you need to prepare it accordingly. As per this is a data. This is as sample data actually. You are preparing your data as per this in a PDF form, submitting it on the e-tendering portal, having the details of each and everything. The fees details will be there. This I have covered. Okay, pre-bid meeting is there, bid opening place will be there, tender class will be there, who all will be the inviting officers. This will be written there. About the fees, about the EMD, about the any of the exemption is there. Then this specifically dates, the timeline, publishing date of the advertisement, documents, the sale date will be there, document end date, sale end date will be there, clarification start date will be there, clarification end date will be there, pre-bid meeting date, bid submission date, bid end date, and bid opening date. Then bid openers, you need to actually designate who all will be the, as a for your organizations, who all will be there. You can go for 2 of 2, or you can go of 3 of 3. Suppose using, if you are going 2 of 2, so all the people, all the individuals, those who are designated to work as a bid opener, they should be present there. And this should be actually taken as prior approval is being sought from all the head of the organizations that these individuals will be working towards the procurement, and these individuals will be working for all the bidding activities, even for opening the activities and evaluation. So bid opening selection will be there, names will be written, email ID will be written, uploading the tender document. You need to write it, and then you need to submit it. This is how the things goes when we go for a tendering. It's a very tiring and it's very precise and specific work undertaken by government and undertaken by government entities. This is where one can go for a GEM portal for buyer registrations. This all actually I have covered. Once you open, this will come primary user. You have to actually click it here and then create Aadhaar, give your Aadhaar number, verify your Aadhaar number here, then create an organization account here. Once you are creating an account, you need to give the details about your account organizations. Once you click on the organizations, the details of the organizations, payment mode will be there, your address information, payment methods, personal information of you, roles, verify roles, names will be there, official names, email ID, official mobile numbers. For each of the individuals, you need to designate a role division. If you are having a separate division, like marketing is having a separate, your organization is having a marketing, your organization is having HR, or different organizations. So you can actually give these divisions also. As per the division, HOD will be there. As per the division, other roles will be there designated. So create the roles for them for all the divisions, and then add our secondary user. Suppose you want that other also come in and support you for your activities. So they also will join in as a buyer, but under you. So you need to create the secondary user account, and you need to actually activate it using your email ID. The request will come to you first, and then only this get activated for them. But whatever the activities they will be doing directly under you. Then you can go for a direct purchase here. Use your login ID, use your password under direct purchase up to 25,000 rupees of article, 25,000 to what's the 30 lakhs of articles. Direct contracting means direct purchase means up to 50,000. Okay, you can actually articles will be shown here. Their technical details will be shown here, and you can purchase. Likewise for other, see this is if I go for more than 50,000, then I will be getting 3 of these details. One organization detail, second here. This is the details of the organizations. One is this, one is this, one is this. I need to compare which one is less, which is meeting out as per my specifications, technical specifications, and then I need to select. Good data will be reflected that this all is technical sheet of that particular equipment. Suppose I'm purchasing a computer, so all the technical details will be reflected. So you can compare, and the cost will be there, and then you can go for a purchase of this equipment. That is how a direct purchase on the GEM is being done. And this is the way you can actually register on the GEM. So thanks. Now floor is open to you all. Any of the queries, please let me know. I'm looking forward for that. If you have any queries or if you have any suggestions, please
This portal is basically keeping in view B2B or B2C or what is the business to government.
See, this portal is for all. It's not only for B2B or B2C. But earlier, what government did is government was using this portal for all the vendors to log in to register their products, and the government machinery was actually uh, coming in and supporting in for purchase of these vendors from the vendors. Okay, so more precisely, government is purchasing from these vendors. Now, once the startup ecosystem comes in, they are asking more startups to actually register themselves as a seller or as a buyer also. Suppose you are a buyer, okay, so you can go for B2B also. But as a buyer, if you are registered as a buyer, and you are not paying a registration fees, so the some limitations will be there as a buyer. So up to 50,000 you can go for it. More than 50,000 and or so, there will be additional charges for the registration. But you can very well use for B2B also, for C2C also.
Sir, there is one ticklish issue here when it comes to privacy of data. Now, for example, I am seeking some product from you, from sellers like you, let us say, and there are some n number of sellers. So all of you put up your codes, and where is the privacy note here, sir? Now, for example, I also can see the price index, pricing of your products which I have secured. Even n number of people can see. Then it is exactly like public domain. There is nothing like secured.
That is what. See, government is trying to do that. What all the commodities are there, which are more in general, specifically used by organizations. Okay, the rate of those commodities shall be reflected here. Suppose if you are going for any of the thing or any of the procurement more than 30 lakhs of rupees, you will not be going through GEM 1.
Yes.
So the government is limiting to that particular price actually. As per that particular price, or as per up to that particular limit, okay, the price shall be open to all.
Okay.
So
Okay, sir. Now, it was like, if I remember pretty well, this metro in Bangalore was doing this, but that was B2B only, but physically one had to go and procure n number of products of some minimum quantity, but that was B2B. But now it is on the portal part. Now, when it comes to agriculture, it becomes interesting also, sir. Agriculture, 30 lakhs, within 30 lakhs is good supply chain management actually for agriculture.
See, what government is trying to, actually it's not compulsion that you should use the GEM, okay, but using a GEM is an advantage for all the organizations. See, here.
Yes, sir. Competitive, sir. Very competitive.
It's very much competitive. Secondly, if I talk about the reverse purchase, reverse auction, it's a very good platform to use the reverse auction, where all the manufacturer or all the seller are coming, telling the price, giving their code, giving their services online, and then you can actually choose on. So this is very much beneficial for reverse auction process.
Yes, sir. Sir, what I would feel this reselling also is very interesting in this, no, sir?
Reselling, yes. Reselling in this particular platform is very much interesting. That is why,
very much interesting. Very transparent.
Today I have discussed about how to register as an individual, how to register as an organization, how to register as a buyer. In coming weeks, the person from GEM, he will actually guide us how to use the same platform as a reseller.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As a reseller.
As a reseller, this is more beneficial for all the startups.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Sir, what I would put my view also. Sometimes if there is a seller who is having surplus and he can give it at a discounted price for him or her, this platform is very good. If not, there will be unnecessary stocking of product, which he can at least give at a discount. This is the best platform actually.
on the count of gem or on the account of gem, he can very well reflect this, which is very much visible to all the individuals and organizations located pan India.
Yes.
And then he can actually send it across to those places. So it's very much beneficial.
Very well, sir. Yes, sir. It is very interesting platform actually. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It was an eye-opening platform actually. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any other queries, questions, or shall we conclude for the day? Anand ji?